I'm Meg Johnson, and I am a C7 quadriplegic. And what that means is I'm paralyzed from the chest down without the use of my hands. So my tummy doesn't work, my back doesn't work, obviously my legs don't work, or my hands. This is how I am for the rest of my life. Being in a wheelchair and being a C7 quadriplegic was never something that I ever thought would ever happen to me. I mean, ever. Being in a wheelchair never even crossed my mind. Before I was paralyzed 7.5 years ago, I was just normal, doing normal girl things. I was dating and hanging out with friends and going to school, and something that I really loved to do was go dancing, and I was dancing all the time. I love to Latin dance specifically, and there's really nothing quite like it. The beat and the feel of Latin dancing is just so beautiful and wonderful. But after I was paralyzed, that's not something I could do anymore. And so I had this void in my life that I just couldn't quite fill. And I started, as I tried to fill it, I started to draw, and drawing led to painting. And I love to paint. And I have painted this book, The Coolest of Days, to teach that same message that I learned about dancing, how learning to love and appreciate dancing was something that I could never do while I was dancing. Because we seem to learn the most about the things that we don't get. We learn to love our health, not when we're well, but when we're sick. And we learn to love working, not when we're working, but when we're out of work. And we learn to love companionship, not when we have it, but when we don't. And that is the message of The Coolest of Days that I want to share with you. And so let me read this to you now. The Coolest of Days by me, for you. The coolest of days. We see what is seen, but not anymore. And who's to know just what happened back before we were born? Some were maybe excited, and others afraid. But no matter the feelings, we all said, okay, we'll go down to earth, we'll get what we get, but then let us come back here and never forget. So I know I was there, excited and awed, when light life and kiwis were fashioned by God. I know I was watching what'd soon be my fate, and marveled wide-eyed as I watched him create. And only 6 days to make earth were required, and then I bet he napped, 'cause I'm sure he was tired. And I think and I wonder which day of those 7 was my most favorite day back when I was in heaven. It was maybe day 1 when he took dark from light, and I might have said, Lord, that sun is so bright. It's huge and it shines. And a long time ago I said, man, that's cool. I think it's just whoa. And now that I'm here, I know I was correct. I love sunny hot days. They're what I would expect. But sunburns, I find, come with all the hot. How can something so great give me something so not? But maybe I thought day 2's a sensation when God made the stars and the constellations. I love it at night when I get to stargaze. Yes, maybe day 2 was the coolest of days. But it's disappointing at least when a cloud's in the way and there's no stars at all. It's my biggest dismay. No, I am sure I most love day 3 when God made the waves and the crash of the sea. I said to him, please, when I go down there, let my hand skim the foam in the salty sea air. The sea's the best yet, the beach is my repose, but water's the worst when it gets up my nose. It's the hardest of all, it stings and it's ouch. Why would God want me to be such a grouch? But maybe I held day 4 to my heart and considered the seasons God's great work of art, and asked long ago if I could have all fun in the summer, the spring, winter, fall. But it's so hard to wait for spring all winter long, then summer's too hot and fall's too quickly gone. But yet maybe still I most loved day 5 when sea rays and blowfish all came alive. I told the Creator I love those the best. Teach me all about them when I go to test. But it's really not all it's cracked up to be, and here, fish aren't fun, at least not ones with teeth. But I just might have thought that God's day 6 was best, when he made the animals, 'cause with them I'm impressed. I love the koala, the monkey and gnu, the aye and yak and great gray kangaroo. But 'twas hardest of all, and I say that with candor, when I found out that I am allergic to dander. Now here on this earth, I'm a tad bit confused. How could I once be excited and now here feel so bruised? Could all of these days of sorrow and chore be okay because now I've learned that much more? Yes! When I'm sick, I remember the feelings of health, and hurt and dismembered and severe lack of wealth. I'll strengthen the feelings of appreciation, and not having none ups my gratification. So lastly, day 7, when I go home to rest, I'll remember my time here, how day hardest was best. I hope that you have enjoyed reading The Coolest of Days with me, and now I hope that you can reassess your trials and your challenges and the things that make your life hard, and now you can look at your hardest of days as the coolest of days.